Hi, everyone. Welcome to our latest ProcureAbility strategic sourcing story. I'm here today with Bahareh Lashgary, who is a sourcing manager with us here at ProcureAbility. Bahareh recently supported a major U.S. utility in strengthening safety performance across its vegetation management operations. Bahareh, it's great to have you here today to share the story. Thanks for joining us. And first, thank you for your work helping keep utility workers safe. I would say nothing is more important than ensuring that everyone goes home to their families at the end of the day. And with thousands of contractors working in the field every day, I imagine this was a significant initiative for you, and obviously with important operational and safety implications. So why don't you go back to the beginning and start by walking us through the challenge from where it all began?
Absolutely. And thanks, Conrad, for the opportunity to share the story. Um, a little background, this client manages a large and complex field operation supported by thousands of contractors working across a broad service territory. Safety has always been a top priority for the organization, and they already had strong relationship and leadership engagement, established processes, and active field oversight in place. The challenge for us wasn't lack of commitment to safety, the challenge was scale. With thousands of field resources, multiple contractors, and large volumes of operational data coming from different sources, it become increasingly difficult to consistently identify emerging risks, compare contractor performance, and quickly determine where additional attention or support might be needed. So the opportunity was to build on an already strong safety foundation by creating a more connected and objective way to identify risk, understand performance trends, and help leaders take action before issues become larger problems.
So that's an interesting challenge because it wasn't just about creating a safety program from scratch, but it was about helping a strong program become even more proactive and efficient and data driven. So given those complexities, how did you and the team approach the problem?
We approached it as an opportunity to strengthen and connect capabilities that already existed across the organization. Rather than looking at individual incidents or isolated data set, we started by creating a more comprehensive view of safety and operational performance across the organization. We integrated more than 2 million safety and operational data points to better understand contractor and regional performance patterns. From there, we standardize key safety metrics and develop a contractor risk ranking model that allowed leaders to evaluate both long term performance and emerging trends. That helped create a more consistent and objective way to identify where additional support, coaching, or oversight might be needed.
So, knowing safety is the most critical theme of the story, what was the most important part of how you captured the benefits of your work?
Most importantly, we didn't want these insights to live only in the reports. We embedded them into scorecards, operating reviews, governance processes, and contractor discussions so they could be used as part of day to day decision making. The goal wasn't simply to create more analytics, it was to create a clear path from data to action.
Sounds like that approach created much greater visibility into both contractor performance and emerging risks. So, at the end of the day, what kind of results did it deliver?
The results were very meaningful, Conrad. We saw a 75% reduction in significant injuries and incidents, along with 20% reduction in high energy exposure events, which are some of the most critical indicators of safety performance. While we are very proud of the measurable improvements, the most important outcome can't be captured in a dashboard. Every reduction in a serious injury represents someone who was able to go home safely to their family. That's the impact that motivated this work from the very beginning.
It's a very impressive outcome. Not only did the organization improve key safety metrics, but it also created a stronger foundation for managing contractor performance and operational risk. So as you reflect back on the engagement, what's the biggest lesson you'd share with organizations facing similar challenges?
I'd say that data alone doesn't create better outcomes. What matters is how you use them. What made this successful was a combination of data, structure, and collaboration. The client team was highly engaged throughout the process, and together we focused on creating something that aligned with the way the organization actually operated. By connecting information across systems, standardizing how performance was evaluated, and embedding insights into existing processes, we made the information easier to understand and easier to act on. When you can turn data into decisions and then decisions into action, that's when you start to see meaningful results.
So that's great perspective. And as you look back on the engagement and the process and everything that brought you to where you are today, and as you wrap things up, what do you think is the single most important thing that'll have the most lasting impact for the client?
I think the biggest impact is that the organization now has a much stronger foundation for making proactive safety and contractor management decisions. What's especially rewarding is that this capability continues to evolve. Today, those same risk insights are incorporated into contractor performance reviews and contractor placemat discussions, helping leaders make more informed decisions around contractor oversight, their deployment, coaching, and long term performance management. But what I'm most proud of isn't the dashboard or the analytics. It's knowing that better decisions in the office help create safer conditions in the field. Every improvement in how risks are identified, prioritized, and addressed increase the likelihood that workers return home safely to their families at the end of the day. To me, that's the real measure of success.
Bahareh, thank you for sharing the story. I couldn't agree more. And it makes our work so much more meaningful, or so meaningful, given the impact it has on people, right? That's what it's all about. So if you go down a layer, this story is a great example of how data governance and supplier performance management can work together to strengthen those safety outcomes, help organizations proactively manage risk, those decisions in the office, those, with the game plans on a day-to-day basis, and then doing it not just from at a project level, but doing it at scale across the enterprise. So by building upon an already strong safety foundation, the team helped create meaningful improvements for both workers and the broader organization. Terrific outcome. Congratulations on an outstanding result for the client by putting safety first. And thank you for doing your part to make ProcureAbility awesome. By delivering such impactful work for our clients and for improving our community at large.
Thank you, Conrad. I appreciate the opportunity to share the team's story.